Welcome back. Heyo. Welcome back, everybody. It's another Top 10 episode of This Is Fine.
Top 10!
Top 10. Cassie was going to join us today, but she's a pregnant lady right now, and she's very emotional today, and it's sad, but I know some of her lists, so I'll make sure at least the ones I know get noted. Because there's one of them is for sure on my honorable mention, so I will try and fight for it a little bit in her honor, because I know she wanted it on the list. But that being said, we're doing the same top 10, but we're doing cartoon themes today. We've gone through video game intros, TV intros, anime intros, and now we're at cartoons. No anime included. We made sure it was a separate category.
Yeah, I think that this one is going to be a lot cleaner than the anime one, because I think we're all a little bit more on the same page.
The anime one was so weird that I think we realized that it's just there's a ton of different genre.
Yeah.
Cartoon intros, like, you can kind of hit different genres, but they all kind of hit the same notes depending on what kind of cartoon it is.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of your action versus, like, your comedy cartoons, but it still kind of doesn't pull apart from each other as hardcore as anime does.
Yeah, and I think we all have a little bit more of a similar baseline.
That is true.
In what we've seen and all.
I think that is absolutely true.
So it's not going to be something of like, all right, here's this for this genre that you don't care about.
Exactly. Also, every list before this had somebody where they didn't really care.
Yeah.
So somebody had a list that was not super strong. Mine was the animes, Kendall's was the TV theme, and Isaac was the video game intros. All of us have a solid top 10 that we all like and honorable mentions, which means we had to make cuts.
Yeah.
So
I certainly did.
Yeah, I did too. I have a top 5 cuts that I actually wrote little reasoning beside as well. Then I have a lot of like just good. There's a lot of good TV or cartoon themes out there. That being said, Kendall, do you want to go through your honorable mentions?
All right, so honorable mentions, I'm going to run through them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
DuckTales.
Oh, classic.
Recess. Danny Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Rugrats. Clone High.
I don't even know that one.
It's a good show.
Okay.
It's actually gotten popular again recently. It's like from the early 2000s.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a sort of adult, like Simpsons level adult, about a high school of clones of historical figures.
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes lately from JFK from that series.
Okay.
And it's got a strong intro, and it's getting a reboot, so hopefully that's good.
Is the meme "Nothing bad happens to the Kennedys"?
Yeah. Ha 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 ha! Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys!
I think I've actually seen that meme now that you've said it out loud.
Yeah. Proud Family.
Good one.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Good one.
Futurama.
Good one.
Camp Laszlo.
Good one.
Static Shock.
I don't know that one. I know the cartoon. I'm not super familiar with that intro.
Isaac must remember it. Superhero Static Shock.
Oh, okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I know I've heard it. It's just not one I grew up with, really.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
I don't remember the Spectacular Spider-Man theme. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Spectacular
I got
Spider-Man.
I forgot about that one.
And my last two honorable mentions, these ones were the ones that were like that I thought for sure were on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately I had to cut them right at the very end. Gargoyles and Batman Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You want to go through your honorable mentions?
I will
Isaac?
go through my honorable mentions, Stephen. Danny Phantom.
Okay.
All right.
Dexter's Lab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Samurai Jack's intro.
Well,
it's
yeah.
not like a song, really. So.
No, but we did say specifically intro, I think. I don't think we say theme song.
yeah.
Wild Thornberries.
Fun one. Yeah, I like that one.
Code Lyoko.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember Code Lyokos, actually.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Classic.
Ben 10. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, yeah.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Nice.
A pup named Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
The Proud Family.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man 67.
Yep. A classic. So I have one dishonorable mention. I despise the Teen Titans theme song.
Yeah.
I hate everything about it. I don't think it's interesting to look at. It's just like letters and them like going into the letters. There's also Beast Boys. Little bit is super weird that they just have live action animals behind him.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
It's
really
super
weird.
weird. They do nothing with that anywhere else. I think they do that a little bit with Raven too. I think you see Ravens go behind her.
Weird.
But yeah, I also just really hate the song itself.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. And I believe whoever did it, wasn't there like the Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi show or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, also terrible. Into my honorable mentions, The Simpsons, Pink Panther, Sagwa, Samurai Jack, Justice League, the 90s Superman theme.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, Looney Tunes, Animaniacs, SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, Phineas and Ferb, the Spider-Man 90s theme, the Spider-Man 60s theme, X-Men Evolution, Rugrats, Rocket Power, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Rocko's Modern Life, the X-Men 90s theme, and then my top 5 that were in my list for a long time that I had to cut. Chalk Zone, which I personally love, but I feel like I remember it mostly for its guitar solo. Rudy's Got the Chalk. Rudy's Got the Chalk is a funny like ironic way to make something sound cooler than it is.
I hate it.
Rudy's got the chalk.
It tries so hard to push the catchphrase.
It really doesn't. They don't even use it. Like nobody in the show ever goes like, Rudy's got the chalk.
I don't even know what this is.
You don't know what Chalk Zone is?
Nope.
Okay, it was a Nickelodeon show around the time that Fairly Odd Parents started. It came from the Oh Yeah cartoon series like Fairly Odd Parents did.
I didn't like it.
I mean, that's fair. I didn't really even... I watched it because it was on, not because I liked it. Danny Phantom was one of my hardest cuts, since the song is really fun, but the rap just kind of, to me, felt a little dated and gimmicky.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not bad. It's obviously still really good. It made, like, my... like.
It doesn't mean it's not bad.
Okay. Well, we all know I say bad things. We all know our feet like my donuts, so... Class of 3000 was one of my hardest cuts. It was the bridge. The bridge killed it.
It did, yeah.
It's just this... I get what they're going for. They're going for a joke, but the joke isn't funny.
It isn't.
So... And it almost comes back. It has a really strong ending.
It does.
But that bridge kills it for me. And I love it. I really wanted to add it, but I couldn't.
I realize you're talking about like a musical bridge and not like a physical bridge.
Yeah,
but it took me a second to... really weird.
But the joke in it is like the girl going like, "Oh, the bridge! I know that one. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the opening has really cool visuals, but then there's just this one bridge and just I hate that bridge. It's such an ugly bridge.
And why isn't the Golden Gate Bridge yellow?
Yeah, you know what? Full House is terrible.
Full House is actually legitimately pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but everybody watched it.
Yep.
The Batman 90s theme is an excellent theme with great visuals, but it's basically just the movie theme, and basically it's not on this list for the same reason like the real Ghostbusters theme isn't on the list, because that's also a fantastic theme, but it's just the movie. Yeah. And the last one that I cut was Hey Arnold, which basically came down to the fact that the visuals in the intro just don't really give what the show delivers.
Yeah.
It's really weird, because it kind of does, but not quite.
So it's like Bleach.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, that's the honorable mentions.
All right.
So shall we... I will say... Now, it seems like it's probably not going to end up in our top 10, but Cassie really likes the Danny Phantom theme, and she'd be pulling for that hard.
Oh, yeah. I would certainly not fight that. It's just that it didn't get on my top 10. I felt like I just like my top 10.
I feel like it got all really close to our top 10s.
Yeah.
It's one of the last ones I cut.
Yeah, it barely, popped out of our lists. So we might want to just, pop it on our list and look at it when we're doing our run through just to see if anything changes for us.
Yeah.
Because every time we've ran through one of our lists, there's like a middle section of my list that I'm just like, I don't even like these right now. Why are they on here?
Yeah,
and I don't even try to fight for them.
And I think I might actually, to start us off, I might actually switch my bottom two.
Okay.
So, my number 10, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's
SpongeBob
classic,
SquarePants.
especially at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
SpongeBob
being around when SpongeBob first aired.
SquarePants.
That was a song that somebody could start singing on the school bus, and everybody would sing
Yeah.
with it. Until a little girl cried, and then we weren't allowed to sing it anymore.
Sounds like a very personal experience.
Their parents didn't let them watch SpongeBob, so the whole bus singing SpongeBob made that girl cry.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Me. I forgot. I'm the reason she cried.
that girl's parents, whenever she would ask to watch SpongeBob, they would go, Steven, no.
But like, what is there to say? Like, it's a nice jumpy intro. It's got a song everybody knows.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's in my honorable mentions. Like,
and just the goofiness of the pirate picture with the human lips going, "Are you ready, kids?"
Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Isaac?
My number 10 spot is Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Nice.
Ah,
That's not one I would have thought of.
me neither.
I actually do like that theme song though, and the intro is fun.
Yes.
Like them like sliding up and down like the piano like in space.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Alvin, Simon, Theodore.
Yeah, this is why I'm excited for this one.
Yeah,
I
no.
think we're all gonna have
This is-
at least some that are
I'm
unexpected.
really excited. Really
Yeah.
excited.
All right, Steven.
My number 10 is Batman Beyond.
Well, there we go.
I've remembered that theme song since it first aired. The visuals are great in it. They've got this dark tone that really sets the mood of like what Neo Gotham is now.
Yeah.
This like gang-ridden, just what do they call that? Cyberpunk kind
Yeah.
of
Japan.
aesthetic. Yeah, it's really good.
What?
Did you say Japan?
Yeah.
What?
Look at Japan at night and you'll understand.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's really good. I don't know what else to say about it.
My number 9 is Jimmy Neutron.
Interesting. I like that theme song, but it was one of those like I feel like it's probably gonna get mentioned, so I'm not gonna mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one we would all sing on the bus. Actually, these all came out around the same time.
Until a
like,
girl cried about it. Because
I don't think anybody cried about Jimmy Neutron.
Just
Super powered
this-
mind, a mechanical K9.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Rescues the day from sure destruction.
This is the theme song
Yeah.
for Jimmy Neutron.
They had
Yeah.
enough balls to say that the theme song was the theme song.
It's
in the
true.
song.
You know what? No one else was saying it in the biz, but Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
He had the balls to say it.
The balls to say it. You're not wrong.
My number 9 is also Jimmy Neutron.
Really?
Hey!
I like. Okay. It's funny. It didn't end up anywhere on my list, but I
It's
don't.
kinda-
I don't hate it by any
Yeah,
means.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's kind of funny. I feel like we've had multiple lists where we have the same intro in the same spot.
I think that's happened a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I think it happened with Pokemon Red and Blue with you too.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then you and I had
and-
one also. It was
Yeah.
MASH, I think.
It wasn't in the same spot. I think yours was up a little higher than mine.
Yeah, and I think we both had Skies of Arcadia in the same spot, and I think
It was
we
very
also,
close. Yeah.
and I think we both also had Kingdom Hearts 2 in the same spot.
we did.
That
Yeah,
was
we did.
it. Yeah.
What's your number 9, Stev?
Kim Possible.
Oh,
Like I'm gonna say this about every single one of these. Basically, the theme songs are all super memorable.
yeah.
Yep.
I would say Batman Beyond is a little bit of an outlier. Like I remember it, but I could totally understand why other people wouldn't.
Yeah.
But Kim Possible, basically, if you can sing along with it, it gets a really good like bump in my book. And I just remember when I was at a wedding for one of my high school friends. I was sitting next to one of my classmates, and she what like her cell phone went off and it was the doot 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 doot. And I remember looking at her and just like saying, "What's the sitch?" And she busted up laughing.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really good. Like you see the flips, you see the tricks. It's a good theme song. It's a good show. Like I feel like I don't think it's underrated, but I don't feel like a lot of people talk about it anymore. Yeah, Kendall.
Well, Steven, feel along to sing along with me here.
Okay.
Class of 3000, sing!
Na 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 na. It's very good. I hate that bridge. But even with that bridge, it was that close to making my list.
That bridge was so unsafe. They really need to get a Publix work project on that bridge.
Hey Sonny, can I take you to the bridge?
Huh? Hey Sonny.
It's really good. I really wanted it on my list, but that bridge put everything else a little higher.
That's what bridges are supposed to do.
Well, it's supposed to get you to cross things. You can have a flat bridge.
It's true.
Yeah.
But it's still above.
And that bridge was a flat bridge.
We're above the core of the planet, Isaac. Is this a bridge?
It's a lot of people's birthdays today, Stephen.
The planet go. Steven's throwing things again.
My number 8 is Jackie Chan.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that one. It's got a nice little like kind of Chinese ring to the beginning of it, and goes into your kind of like action cartoon theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, it's another like underrated show. A lot of people don't talk about that show anymore.
Yeah.
But the first season at least holds up. You kind of get into the later seasons and it starts to like, I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, but the first season, solid season. My number 8 is The Magic School Bus.
Hey.
It's fantastic. It brings back Bill Nye, the science guy vibes for me. Like, that was the other cartoon or the other show that your science teachers was like, we're going to watch a movie or a show today. And everyone was like, it's either Bill Nye or Magic School Bus.
Remember when that kid died in that?
You mean when Arnold takes off his helmet on Pluto? He just becomes an ice cube.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he died. But yeah.
And then Miss Frizzle was like, all right, kids, now it's time to learn how to dissect a body.
I don't think that's what happened.
But you have no proof. You don't know what goes on between episodes.
But that was in the episode. He freezes and they unfreeze him in it.
Or do they?
Yes.
He has a twin, didn't you know?
He does have a twin or like a cousin or something.
Yeah.
Like there's like female Arnold and she's terrible. but Magic School Bus theme, really good, really fun. It brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people.
Number 7, y'all might be surprised at how low this is, but Fairly Odd Parents.
I don't know if I'm...
Wow.
It's higher on my list. It is on my list.
Oh, no, it is on my list.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, it sounds like it's making our top 10 then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another one of those. Timmy is an average kid, and no one understands. Yeah, you can like get every quirk of that theme song in there. It's got fun visuals too.
Yeah.
That was one of those cartoons that took off.
Yeah.
Like Chalk Zone.
My number 7's Batman Beyond.
Nice. Yeah. It got great visuals.
Yeah.
Like, it's got a really good guitar riff.
My problem with it is that there's some of the shots that are just like, oh, that's just kind of goofy. They're going for something cool and it looks a bit goofy.
I'm not sure what shots you're thinking about it, because all of them feel stylized in a really cool way, in my opinion.
The one where Batman is fighting, but he kind of looks like he's just raving.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. There's a lot of like choppy like up and down punches and things like that, and, like,
and
a kick in the air,
and like bouncing up and down.
But I never really got that.
And some of the 3D stuff looks a tad odd and dated.
It's like 3D, but it looks like if you put like a sketchbook together kind of thing, but like in a good way.
What was your 9?
My 9 was Kim Possible.
What was your 8?
It was Magic School Bus.
What was your 7?
I haven't gotten to 7 yet.
Ah, yes. Perfect. What's your number 7?
Angry Beavers.
Oh.
Angry Beavers. Dun, 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 dun. It's probably one of the like more forgotten ones nowadays.
Yeah, I don't really remember how it goes.
It's a goofy theme. It's bright and colorful. It gives you just enough of what these characters are going to be like, so you know what you're kind of going into the show with. Like, you see Norbert a little bit more calm, and Daggett is, like, the more erratic, like, goofy one.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's one of those, like, I might not fight for it in the final list, like, because I'd understand. But I really like it, and I really... It was kind of, like, between that one and, like, Hey Arnold in the end, which is weird, because sometimes, like, something that, like, you fight for, like... that pops on the bottom ends up like going up a few places for some reason. I don't know how that happens in your brain, but it just goes like that sometimes. But I really like it. So, number 6, Kendall?
My number 6 is for a TV show that I didn't really care for a superhero thing that I never really cared for.
Which is?
X-Men.
Oh.
The 90s one, I assume?
Yeah, the 90s one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is a really good.
Yeah.
I've heard that theme was potentially ripped off of like an Australian cop show.
Huh. That's weird.
And it's one of those like, at first you don't hear it, but then it gets to like a part in that theme song and you're like, oh yeah, that's the same. I don't know if it was intentionally the same, but it's the same.
But yeah, I really like how it's showing the different X-Men and they have the stylized name cards.
Like Cyclops looking up and you, like, I there's one particular shot that as a kid I always thought was Wolverine. It's like a silhouette like popping up on a fence, but later I realized it was Beast.
Yeah.
The reason I think I always thought it was Wolverine is because he does like this pose, like he's like gonna like take his claws out kind of thing, but he doesn't. And the hair at the time was like a Logan. Like they gave Logan and Beast the same hair in that era.
Yeah.
Which was odd, but it's a really good theme song. Got a good guitar riff.
But yeah, X-Men just never really came together for me.
I could see that. It's got. I've been rewatching it somewhat recently, and once you start to kind of get into it, it's good, but it takes some doing.
Yeah.
All the
You
best
gotta
episodes
really.
had Spider-Man.
I don't think Spider-Man was ever in that show.
Yeah, they did.
The
crossovers.
X-Men were in an episode of Spider-Man, but I don't think Spider-Man was ever in X-Men.
It might be that one.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Isaac, what's your number?
Magic School Bus.
Nice.
I already said a lot about it. Steven, what's your number 6?
Ed, Edd and Eddy.
It's not even on my... Wow, it should have been an honorable mention. Wow.
Ed, Edd and Eddy is a like surprisingly good theme. It's just whistles and them acting goofy in front of a screen, and like they like adjust the camera and everything, and it's catchy. It's fun. The animation is rough, but so is the animation in the rest of the show.
Yeah,
like it's intentionally rough.
Yeah, it's just a stylization of the show.
It's a very ugly looking cartoon that looks good in its ugliness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about it. Yeah.
Number 5.
I will also say Ed, Edd and Eddy is somewhere on Cassie's list. Sorry, number 5.
Barbarian.
Day of the Barbarian.
Man, this is so funny.
Barbarian.
Because I was literally talking to my D&D group the other day because someone's like, I want to create a human barbarian. I want to give him like a generic name. And I was like, what about Dave? And he doesn't know what it is, right?
Right. Well,
I was like, we can, and since everybody gets to start with a magic item, what if I give you a singing sword?
oh yeah.
And he was like,
I kind of missed out on that show as a kid, but a friend made me watch it recently. It's a really good show.
Is it?
there is only 12 episodes.
Only 12 episodes, but they're good episodes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it at all.
It's funny.
Neat.
But I remember the theme song.
Yeah.
At least that part of it. I don't know if there's more to it or not.
There is.
Okay. Isaac, number 5?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
What's your number 5?
Yeah. DuckTales. Woo!
Wow.
It's one of those, like, it's so catchy. It's one of those, it sticks in your head forever once you hear it.
Yeah, for good or ill.
Life is like an airplane here in Duckburg. Yeah. It's good. It's fantastic. The visuals are fun. And you could interchange the old one with the new one, and they're both really good.
I'm so excited to listen to all these.
So we're getting into it now. Top 4.
Top 4.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4 is Batman animated series.
It is really good.
Yeah, I will say that it's not one that you're gonna want to watch on back-to-back episodes, but it is a fantastic opening.
I really like the animation. Some of it's a little odd, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like a robber like punches at Batman or something, and he has this weird like swoopy like snake move.
Yeah.
But it kind of works in this like mysterious like what is this you're looking at kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a very good theme. I have this weird prejudice against things that like had a theme song before that is just brought down. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like I guess I praise originality, and there's nothing wrong with the Batman theme. It's fantastic. It's just I was like, there are slightly more original things that I want to put up.
Yeah. Isaac?
I think my top 3, one of my top 3 will surprise you guys. My number 4 is Kim Possible, and then in my top 3, well, I'll get
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it.
Yeah. I think I also have a surprising one in my top 3.
I don't think any of mine will be surprising from this point. I just really like these. Number 4 for me is Fairly Odd Parents.
Nice.
I don't know what else to say about it. We kind of covered it.
Da-da-da.
All right, Kendall.
Bed twerp.
Here's where it matters. Number 3.
Yeah, and here's kind of my curveball one. Johnny Quest.
I listened to the Johnny Quest theme. I'm not super into it. It's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah, explain to me. Convince me.
It's just really good adventurous stuff. You know, I sort of all the visuals of it have been kind of burned into my brain.
And this is the like Hanna-Barbera like 60s one, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know there was an updated one, I think in the 90s.
Yeah, I never cared for
or
that
2000s,
one.
something like that.
But yeah, you know, despite all the problems that it may have, I just really love that era of adventure stories. And
yeah, sure.
This just captures that feeling really strongly, and I always really liked Johnny Quest. So
we can take a look at it for sure. Isaac, number
Kids
3?
Next Door.
Kids Next Door.
The superior spy theme out of the 2 spy shows that I just mentioned.
Between Kim Possible and...
Kim Possible is a really great theme song, but you would not expect a show like Kids Next Door to have a theme that just really fits the feel of like a spy show.
Kids Next Door definitely has a more spy-like theme to it.
Yeah.
Kim Possible has kind of this poppy action song.
Yeah, which fits their show.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, if you're going for more of a spy vibe, then yeah, Kids Next Door has that going for it.
It's really good.
It's really yeah. It has a memorable intro for how short it is, because it's really just like them running in and taking a pose, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against a white background. My number 3 is the Arthur theme. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has got a different point of view. And I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Awesome.
It's one of those, it has stuck with me since I was a wee tot. And
that's really funny.
And I will just say that I've sang that to random people at work, and they always sing it back to me, which is very important to me. Like, it's so memorable and catchy. So yeah, it touches my heart.
What are tots made of?
What are tots made of? Potatoes. Since I was a wee tot.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Nice.
I feel that it that opening just fits the tone of the show and everything so strongly, and it really establishes the 3 Eds personalities.
That's very true.
I don't think it establishes it does a little bit. Like, Double D's the one to, like, fix the camera, but Double D was less smart in the beginning. Yeah. He was still the smarter one, but, like, he really becomes, like, neurotic later on.
Yeah, but ultimately he still does kind of get swept up in the opening by the other 2 Eds.
You're not wrong.
So yeah, I think it's a really good, clever little opening.
It really is.
Yeah. You know what's really annoying? I have this need to know things, right?
Yeah.
And so they set up, like, what's under his hat, but you never find out, and that bothers me.
To this day.
It's the same thing that... Oh my god.
Is it what's in the briefcase in
It's
Pulp
what's
Fiction?
in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Except, like, in Pulp Fiction, when they open the case, it's like this shining golden something or other.
Yeah.
Whenever they lift Double D's hat, they're like, oh my god. Ooh. So it's like the antithesis of the Pulp Fiction briefcase.
No, it's the same thing because you're distressed to see that on someone's head. But if it's in a briefcase, then it's like...
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's right where it needs to be. Oh, that's the perfect thing to put in a briefcase. I would never want to see that on somebody's head.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's his brain, but
I've heard that, but that doesn't make sense to me.
it's Ed, Ed and Eddie.
I mean, sure.
They
But,
find
like,
each other
exactly, it's Ed, Ed, and Eddie, so it wouldn't be anything that extreme.
Exactly. Ed, Ed and Eddie is fairly grounded for the most part. It's, like, exaggerated, but
Yeah.
only in, like, the scale of some things.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it when they, like, build a city, all it is cardboard, and it's, like, their imagination that it's bigger than that, I feel like.
Yeah, it's...
Which is one of my favorite episodes, by the way, when they make the cardboard city.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
One of my favorite episodes is when Eddie just goes, "We're going up."
That's it. There are, like, 4 ones I always think of. I forgot about that one, but that one's really good, too.
Yeah.
There's the one where Ed is, like, the monster, and he's putting everybody in, like, Chunky Puff like, chrysalises.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, the one where everything is just, like, wrong, and they're taking off, like, Jimmy's outline, and, like, and, like, Rolf comes through this interdimensional doorway with 2 heads, and, like...
I remember that.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Yeah.
And the Canadian squirt gun. The Canadian squirt gun is another one where it's just turkey basters.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie was such a good show.
It was.
It's solid.
It's real weird, but yeah, I love it.
So, you're number 2, Isaac?
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Okay, that was also on Cassie's list.
All right,
Really
awesome.
good opening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's another. It's got a good, memorable theme. I didn't watch that show that much. I caught it on occasion. It was another one I watched more because it was on, but I definitely remember the theme song to it.
I don't really remember it myself, but I guess I'll see it. So.
Yeah.
What's your number 2, Steven?
Steven Universe.
Of course it would be. It's not your number 1.
It is not my number 1.
One with my name in it is my favorite.
But no, like, I really like the visuals. It's one of those shows that, like, as you watch it more, you start to see things in the intro that you're like, oh, there's that character, and like, oh, that's what that is, and like, but it sets it up so early that at first you're just like, you don't really think much of it. So it's one of those you keep watching because you see more things in it.
You know what? I'm with Isaac on this one. It's so typical that it would be so high on yours. Anyways, my number 1 is Steven Universe.
Nice.
We
are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day.
But yeah, I love how that opening, as you said, it evolves as the series changes, and I really like how it kind of wears its anime inspiration on its sleeve.
Yeah, I don't think of it much as an anime-inspired show, but it basically is, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not as anime-inspired as things like Teen Titans or Avatar are.
Yeah.
But
in fact, there is actually an anime that's like, this is the exact same premise.
Oh, fair enough.
Still never seen it.
It's really good. I would definitely recommend it.
I don't have Hulu, so...
Yeah, that's the problem. That's where you basically watch it.
Nor will I purchase Hulu to watch this one show.
But King of the Hill is on Hulu.
Don't care. Now, if you told me that...
What?
If you told me that Legend of the Seeker was still on Hulu, I might do that, but I don't know.
Is it not?
I don't know. I don't have Hulu.
I think it might be. Bones is on Hulu.
That might be worth it.
My Life as a Teenage Robot and Danny Phantom are also both on Hulu.
Oh.
Yo, Danny Phantom, though? He was just 14.
Yeah, I heard his parents built a very strange machine.
Yeah, what did it do? I think it was like designed to view a world unseen.
Nice.
Number 1, Isaac.
Milo Murphy's Law.
I have never heard of that.
You will hear of it.
You will.
Nothing beats Weird Al, man.
My number 1 is Milo Murphy's Law.
Well, all right.
It's so good.
it's done by the creators of Phineas and Ferb. The premise is this kid, anything that can go wrong does go wrong around him.
Oh no.
He's voiced by Weird Al. So the intro is done by Weird Al. We're talking about how the premise of Steven Universe builds on itself. Milo Murphy's Law does that like times 10.
Oh man.
Every time you watch an episode, you see a new, like a thing in the intro you didn't notice before is like, oh, there's the guys with the pistachios. Oh, there's the vampire dude. Oh, like, oh, there's the egg machine, like with a parachute, like, and the theme song is just good. Like, it's great. It's well animated.
Really,
it's
good.
fantastic. And this would like both Steven Universe and Milo Murphy's Law were also on Cassie's list.
Yeah.
At I believe number 1 and number 2.
In his defense, he hasn't seen its greatness yet.
For sure. So with that being said, that's our top 10 lists. Now it's time to go deliberate, watch what we've got, and come up with what we will be narrowing down. Yeah, because I've got 1 or 2 that probably I won't fight for.
Yeah.
But
it's very interesting that of all of these, there's only like 1 that I haven't seen.
Yeah. No, I mean, we all grew up with very similar things.
Yeah.
But our lists, while there was quite a bit of overlap, it was still fairly varied.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get to deliberating, and we'll come back in the next podcast and come up with a definitive top 10.
All right, let's do it.
All right.